Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we just took over England. So that's the thing. Unfortunately, England, the kingdom title, is still held by this guy. We're going to need to create the kingdom title, but I believe because he's at war, we can't actually usurp it. Let's check here. I want to double check that. Yes, we can't usurp it. So this is going to be a little bit awkward for a little while here. Now, we're going to need to defend England as well, but we have a lot of territory to hand out. No real problem here. We'll just hand Exeter out to this gentleman here. I'm sure he'll be fine. Salisbury out to this guy. Gloucester out to this guy. Winchester. And Carisbrooke. Excellent. Now, Oran will grant to a low noble, and Lewis will grant to this guy, Dover to this guy. I don't really care who we're granting these to as long as they're the correct religion, culture, and not our heir. That's kind of the goal here. So we're going to hand this out to this gentleman here, Oxford, Hurstingstone, Stafford, Shrewsbury, all good. Okay, so we're now at 12 of 11. I think we have one more to hand out. What did we miss? Ah, Lancaster. Fantastic. So we'll just hand that out. Excellent. Now we're going to be wildly above our vassal limit for right now. That's okay. We're going to group these guys together. We're heading north to deal with this war. We need England to get out of their current war, so we can usurp the claim, or the kingdom. Now, honestly, oh, hello. He just captured the enemy. That's very convenient for us. He's going to end his war very shortly. And he shouldn't have any de jure territory in England, so we shouldn't have a problem there. He hasn't ended yet. He's just chilling at 100%. Okay, he ended his war. Excellent. So at this point, we are, of course, going to usurp the title Kingdom of England. There we go. And who are we going to grant that off to? Well, we're going to grant that off to an existing king who is not very powerful. We don't really care exactly who, but someone with a pretty low amount of land would be good. White Rus might not be terrible. Okay, so we'll grant that over here. The Kingdom of England, or the Khanate of England, rather. So that'll go over. 25 vassals go with. Beautiful. So there we go. No problem there. We're going to walk up over here. We should see our numbers increase dramatically. There is a dangerous faction. We're not super shocked about this, but who is this? This is a Liberty faction. Okay, and they did just drop, so that's good. We're going to wrap up this war shortly. Absolutely no problem here. And yeah, that faction is currently no longer relevant. Excellent. So we beat them up a bit. Go up to 33% war score. We're going to split off our siege force, as we tend to do. And these guys, they're going to chase this force a little bit. I'm not sure where they're retreating to. Maybe down over here, since we are fighting Dehuabarth. Yeah, they're heading over this way. So we're going to chase them down. We're probably going to take quite a bit of attrition going out over this way. So we're... Oh, actually, hang on. Okay. That's interesting. We're going to go siege this back. We're at 50% war score right now. And are these guys the only guys we're fighting? Yes. We're also fighting a Duke of Bavaria, which is a little awkward. Okay, that's not within our territory. Good. I would have been sad. So we'll take this back. That'll take almost no time at all. And then we'll come down here, start a bit of a siege. We don't even have a siege leader here, and it kind of doesn't matter. We're sieging so quickly. We should probably put one in regardless, but we don't exactly need it. Okay, siege leader, siege leader. Here's one. Fantastic. Okay, so we don't really want to dive too far in because I don't want to take large attrition ticks right now. We do have a ticking war score right now. But we're just going to chill over here, and aha! They are heading out over this way, and that is beautiful. We're going to come over and fight them over here. And in the meantime, start up a siege over here. Sounds great. We'd love to see a stack wipe here. I don't know how realistic that is. No, they're going to retreat. Okay. Oh, we did stack wipe them. Okay. Never mind. Well, we'll enforce those demands. They'll just pay us some gold. That's okay. And we'll disband our troops. Cool. So that was a very successful expansion. Of course, we do want to clean up some of this border gore over here. There's no doubt about that. We do have a dangerous faction brewing right now, though, and I suspect that we should do something about that. We can found a university. Let's go ahead and do that. We're now known as the Scholar. Excellent. And we're going to go ahead and host a feast. Now, we'll not lose stress, but we're doing this to get some additional friends, is what we're looking for. Now, this faction, is this back to being the Liberty faction? Yes, this is the Liberty faction. Can we just negotiate with any of these? Maybe that guy. Let's see here. Yes, we can just negotiate with this gentleman. Excellent. That is fantastic. That should, actually, be enough to make this faction no longer matter, at least for the time being. If more people join, then that might change. But for now, that should do the trick. We gained a weak hook. That's always great. We can change this guy's contract, and we're going to go for additional feudal levies. Excellent. Okay, sounds good. So we do want to continue cleaning up over here. That's a pretty big deal for us, and we shouldn't be truced to these guys anymore. So I think that we probably want to just declare on all three of these. Do we also want to declare on Denmark simultaneously? We have a de jure claim. This count has the same claim. These duchy lines are kind of awful. Unless we take this petty kingdom. That's like our best bet there. Okay. We'll declare that. We're also going to declare on Upland. This is, of course, going to be a county conquer. We're also going to declare on Sweden. And we could get a de jure claim here. Or that guy's claim. We're going to go for the de jure claim. We're not going to have Sweden fully cleaned up. That's okay, I guess. And then we're going to declare on this. This is going to be a county conquer. Cool. So it'll take us a little time to work our way through that, of course. We'll go ahead and raise up our troops over here. We'll raise our men-at-arms. And we'll also raise a few levy troops. How many do we think we're going to need? Like 10k. Maximum. Absolute maximum. Well, actually, they brought in a holy order. 11k here. So we'll go for like 15. Sounds good to me. Our men-at-arms should be shortly behind. We've got 10k. That's 12k. 13. 14. And 15. I'm going to split this in half. We're going to send half to here. And the other half to start a slow siege here. Reason we're splitting it is, of course, for supply purposes. And our men-at-arms should arrive shortly. We're not too concerned about what they're doing up here, but we're going to wait for our men-at-arms to show up until we do something about that. That's for sure. Now, these guys, they can just kind of do whatever they want. That's okay. We'll have Denmark dealt with shortly. We just need men-at-arms. Any moment now, men-at-arms. Anytime you want to come on in. Diplomacy challenge, 52%, 85%, we'll do that. Okay. Now this is going on. This is unsurprising that this guy's having some rebellion issues. That is, very unsurprising. Incredibly, deeply unsurprising. Come on, men-at-arms. There they are. Okay, so the men-at-arms are going to head on in. We do have a new stewardship perk available, and what are we going to take? We're going to take, I think, positions of power. I don't think we have much tyranny right now. So that'll be fine. We'll move these guys on in. And then we'll group these together. We'll get ourselves our siege force, as we tend to do. That should do. These guys are going to head up over to here, with these reinforcing. Excellent. Leadership? Leadership. We do need some leadership here. Meant to grab the scroll bar. There we go. Just looking for... Where's that siege leader we had before? Here he is. Okay. That's all we need, is just some siege engineer trait. We're going to fight them separately here, but they're probably going to abandon the siege and pile in. Yeah, we're still going to fight them, though. This is fine. Honestly, you know what they should have done? They should have had this force come stack wipe our siegers, because we're kind of greedy here. But that's not how the AI works, and so instead, they're going to come in and attack us up here, and potentially get stack wiped. We'll see. Our siege force is going to finish up here, and we're going to go grab this, so the ticking war score is no longer against us. Did they get stack wiped? They did not, but it's a very close thing. We're going to have these troops actually move up to here. Deal with this. Excellent. We're already at 70% war score here. We're maxed for battles, so no concerns there. This siege is 2 months remaining. We'll see if that's actually true, but this is probably not going to net us enough to finish the war. Okay, our son died. That's unfortunate. We're going to go ahead and call a hunt to lose some of that stress. And our heir is now our daughter. We definitely need a new concubine. That's for sure. There we go. Hopefully we get a new son. We'll see. So the siege will finish up soon. We ride. Okay, so this will get stack wiped, obviously. And we actually captured them. That makes that very convenient. So this war is over. We'll enforce those demands. And we will grant this off to this guy. These guys can group together, and they are going to head over to this barony. They can slow siege that. It's a level 5 fort, so it won't be too bad. Our rival died. That's good. Our stress level goes down. We're very, very happy about that. 25 days left on this siege, and ticking war score will... Actually, it probably won't be on anyone's side yet. I'm a little surprised just not on their side right now. But okay. Now, Sweden's probably going to finish up this siege before we get there. That's okay. They can do that. We're not too concerned about it. There we go. We're going to head into Denmark's capital now. And we'll start that siege. What is their capital fort level? 10? Okay. Now, they're going to fight us over here, it looks like. Yeah, they are going to fight us. That's a little unfortunate. I was hoping that they would just stay down there. But fair enough, they do have better troops than us. We definitely want to put in a better commander for right now. Now, that's not going to save this force. We are locked in here. But let's see how this goes. Yeah, it's against us. They have better quality troops. They have a lot of men-at-arms here. So that's not shocking. We'll just back out of this as soon as we can. We're not going to take too huge of losses. I think. There we go. We're out of here. We're going to raise up a few additional troops as well, just to reinforce that. Once again, I was a little greedy there, but honestly, this is a fine retreat. We actually don't hate that. Cool. We'll raise up somewhere around an additional 8,000 troops, probably, to deal with this on a 4-to-1 ratio. Should be fine. And these guys, once they arrive up here, we can see that we did lose a few siege weapons, which is sad. But once they arrive up here, they'll take over this siege. And yeah, the siege is over. That's to be expected. And actually, I'm going to send these guys over to here. He's got 379 troops to his name. So they're going to go there. And we'll have these guys come on down over this way in a bit. As soon as they're done with their siege duties, which will be done shortly. Okay, they're going to come down, deal with this force, and then they're going to go for Denmark after. Now, Denmark is going to siege this back. That's okay. It's just a little bit of a setback for us. We do currently have a Liberty faction, I think. Is that what's going on here? Yeah, that's a Liberty faction. Okay, what can we do here? Not a whole lot. This is our courtier. Interesting. But yeah, we don't have a whole lot that we can do there, but we don't actually need to do a whole lot. We need to drop this by like 8%. Easy. There is a risk of them being inbred, which is not ideal. But if that's our heir, we will not pursue this beyond the alliance. Hopefully we'll have a male heir beyond that. Our previous one died of consumption, which is not great. But that's okay. We're going to move our siege force down over to here. And we're going to wipe out their army. In fact, our siege force will take this back first. We just discovered advanced bow making, and what is being exposed next? Chronicle writing. Well, that's not ideal, but it'll be done very quickly. Okay. We did just inherit a barony. And that's this one. We're going to grant that right back out to a low noble. Okay. No problem there. Back over to Scandinavia. We've got these wars well under control. This is not a problem in the slightest. We'll stack wipe this. We'll stack wipe this. No problems there. Technically, we didn't stack wipe that, but it doesn't actually matter. This siege should be done shortly. They're walking back into us. Hilarious. Okay. So these guys, they're going to immediately walk over here and start dealing with Denmark's army. 100 stewardship lifestyle experience. Yep, we'll take that. We got a great deal out of it, too. Excellent. Eventually, these guys are going to be stack wiped if they continually walk back into us. The war with Sweden will be over shortly. Excellent. We can head in with our siege force here. This isn't a problem. And yeah, that's a stack wipe now. So that siege will continue. And we're just making our way on down. Get out of here, Denmark. We don't like you being here. You should be part of our realm. Excellent. Okay, so this siege will be done in 3 months, so that'll be the war with Sweden over. We are, of course, maxed for battle war score over here, so we're not going to get anything out of this unless we conquer, or rather, unless we get her captured, which she is actually leading this army. So that's good to know. We could actually capture her here. We'll see. These sieges are proceeding. No problem there. This is going to, of course, be Scandinavia mostly cleaned up. We're going to need, like, one additional war. But that'll get it mostly done. So we're going to move these guys down to Gotland next. As soon as we're done here. The siege will be finished now-ish. There we go. We're going to head on over. And that is, of course, our war with Sweden over. We'll enforce those demands. And it becomes our territory. Perfect. Does not increase our vassal limit, which is also great. This needs to be handed out to, like, Sapmi here. So we'll grant a vassal here. Excellent. Denmark is raising up a proper army over here. We need to go crush that before we arrive with our siege force. So that'll be fine. We'll become more vigilant. How old are we anyway? We're 29. Okay. And our wife is 36, which isn't ideal. Oh, hello. We captured her son. So that actually gets the war with Denmark over. That's excellent. So we'll do that, and these troops, I would put them down, but I'm actually just going to leave them up until after the war so that we don't take the raise penalty. We'll need to hand these titles out, and that will, of course, need to be the petty kingdom. We'll usurp that into the duchy. And then that goes to this gentleman here. Excellent. And then that duchy will, of course, need to be handed off somewhere else. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to usurp the Kingdom of Denmark. Not yet. Makes me sad. But we'll just have to stay like this for now. Okay, so we're going to finish up this battle over here. 15 days, and then all of our wars over here in Scandinavia will be finished, and that is perfect. The border guard clearing is going nicely. We do have a dangerous faction brewing, but that will probably go away here in a moment. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. We'll hand out Visby. That goes to this guy. Excellent. And that should probably go into Sapmi as well. So we'll grant that guy over. Perfect. So we're at 6 direct vassals above our limit. One of them is this, and in general, there's just a lot of stuff that we need to hand out, but that's okay. So this faction, what do we got going on here? This is still the Liberty faction, yes? Yes. Ah, West Francia's in this. That is the problem, then. Fair enough, we don't really have anything that we can do right now because we have a real dearth of children. To the point where I'm thinking about switching our focus. We're on domain focus right now. But maybe we should go over to family focus. I'm going to do it. Now, that's not going to help us with this immediate faction. So, what do we want to do here? Well, there's still a possibility that we can negotiate with some of these. Let's check here. No. And I closed it. Perfect. Okay, let's try that again. Was this guy? Nope, offer concubine. Not what we're looking for there. I don't want to arrange marriage. We don't really have anything that we can do for marriages for right now. So we might have to do one of two things. We might have to either fight these guys, which would probably be my preferred option, or we may have to acquiesce, depending on the circumstances when this pops in 8 months. Now, even if we had children, we wouldn't be able to do anything about this guy right now. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Of course, we do get to go to defensive negotiations soon enough. We did just get Chronicle writing, which finishes off the early medieval tech. That then exposes what here? Urbanization. That's a pretty good one. Okay, we'll accept that. So yeah, the only real problem here is West Francia. We could work on simply swaying him. Now it's going to take time. We could also send him a gift. We don't care about cash right now. It's only 26 opinion. Hang on. I have an idea here. Yeah, thoughtful would be a thing. How far away are we? 3 years? Okay, so that's not going to be a possibility. We're going to gain 26 opinion here for right now. That's not going to be enough. What is he angry about? Rival. Well, that's unfortunate. He rivaled us. I think we're probably going to end up having to fight this Liberty faction. That's okay. We've gotten good expansion, and we can do that. We'll be fighting West Francia, which means that we'd want to raise, like, over here. So that's definitely interesting. But I think for now, we'll just wait and see what they end up thinking here in 5 months. Our mother died, and that caused us to get a level of stress. That's okay. We'll get rid of that. Embrace Tengri, and this will be your home. Fantastic. So it is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we'll deal with this Liberty faction. We'll see how we want to handle that. I think we're going to end up fighting them, though. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.